I arrest you for acting oppressively and when interested and perverting the course of justice. You must stand down. You are now in my custody and under arrest. You are not free to leave. I am extremely angry and extremely determined, and you will be prosecuted, sir. I have no choice but to make this arrest under Section 458 of the Crimes Act, which is my lawful right to do so. Right, who's the highest ranking police officer here?
That'd be me.
Right.
No.
So you're obliged...
No, I'm not.
Excuse me, you're obliged. Mr. Doss, I arrest you as well for malfeasance of public office and refusing to do your duty. I fear for my safety, given that there are 4 armed criminals.
This sovereign citizen just delivered one of the wildest courtroom performances I've ever seen. Absolute chaos from start to finish. This all goes down in Australia, and get this, it's his 15th time showing up in court for the same situation, and he's still not in cuffs. At some point you'd think the judge would just say, yeah, nah, we're done here. But nope, this man is so deep in his own fantasy world that he actually tries to arrest the judge and 6 officers inside the courtroom. Like he's the main character in some bootleg legal action movie. Let me know what you think below, because we're about to watch this man threaten everyone in court like it's going to work.
Just have a seat.
Does this court obey the law, sir?
Just have a seat.
Does this court obey the law?
Have a seat.
Even just once?
Have a seat. Mr. Prosecutor, how many police witnesses?
4, Your Honour. There's Miss Quinn, Gary French, Walker Vance, and informant Porridge.
So 2 police and 2 civilian. Now, Mr. Freeman.
Yes.
In terms of your defence to the matter, what do you say? How many witnesses do you have?
I'll run my case. Well, I'm going to run it, sir. Magistrate Stella Stuttridge has already progressed this matter. On the 13th of December last year.
Mr. Freeman, I've asked you a question.
I don't understand the question, sir. What was that?
How many witnesses do you have?
Witnesses?
Yeah.
I don't need witnesses.
Okay, so you have no witnesses. The purpose of this hearing is to determine how long the contested hearing will take.
Sir, it's not. That's not what Magistrate Stuttridge ruled, and I'm about to give you that information, and so far you suppressed me from giving that information.
This matter is listed for a contest mention. It's running as a contest mention.
Can I speak now, please, sir?
Your question.
On the 13th of December last year, Magistrate Stella Stuttridge identified serious issues I raised, being a serious abuse of process in this matter, an order that was not made according to law, and many counts of fraud and perjury by the applicant. As a result, I've implemented a voir dire that this case cannot proceed until these matters are dealt with. That was upheld by Magistrate Stella Stuttridge, who allocated a hearing, which is now a year later, this one, and she specifically said that Magistrate Cottrell is not to sit on the matter because he was the one that caused the problem, that Magistrate Watkins cannot because he isn't biased, and that you cannot either. And then the registrar, Sam out there at the front, told me 3 weeks ago that you're one of the magistrates that had recused yourself from this matter. And I'm very angry that the registrars couldn't get it right and went and allocated this hearing while you were sitting when it was supposed to be Magistrate David Farram, according to Magistrate Stella Stuttridge. She also stated in the court, on the record, which you need to check, prosecutions are on notice that the hearing will be an application to strike the matter out, nothing else. She said it is booked in for an application to strike the matter out. She specifically told that to Prosecutor Stuart Pritchard. There has been a shocking delay in justice in the past year waiting for my hearing. I've been back to court to try and get it heard sooner, which is a perversion of the course of justice, and I'm not ready to make any more concessions for people. I've been to court 15 times.
See, this could have been avoided so easily. If he didn't waltz in threatening the judge and refusing to cooperate, he probably would have been home a year ago. But no, he throws a tantrum every time he hears the word law. Imagine going through 15 different judges just because one guy refuses to act like a normal adult. Now he's blaming the courts for the delays? Bro, you are the delay. I'm convinced every courtroom in Australia has a group chat titled "Not It" for when they see his name on the docket. He interrupts, refuses to listen, hijacks the entire hearing, and somehow still isn't in cuffs. Seriously, if anybody knows how that's possible, explain. Because I'm lost.
You would have been the fifth magistrate, but as it's gone around in circle, the fourth magistrate to sit on this case. This travesty of justice and unlawfulness by Loretta Quinn, by the police and by this court has continued for 2.5 years. Even during the deaths, my family deaths I had 2 weeks after my sister-in-law dropped dead in front of the 4 kids, you and Evans and Eliades, French and Quinn and their lawyers all got in here and colluded all day long and harassed me for a full day in August. Then you adjourned it to November, and I was hounded and hammered again in the most sadistic way for a full day. And then I still didn't get the matter resolved because this court is still unable to resolve it according to law, which would only take 5 minutes. Now, the crimes that were committed by Loretta Quinn and Magistrate Courtroom took 17 minutes on the court record. It has now taken me 17 months to try and get the law simply upheld and get this matter reversed. And I can assure you, I am extremely angry and extremely determined, and I have no more concessions or grace left for anyone involved, and am ready to launch private prosecutions against anyone who breaks the law in the court today. Now, I have the laws that are being broken, sir.
Freeman,
I'm being cut off, yeah? Okay.
Magistrate Stuffridge has made no orders in this matter. The matter is listed for a contest meeting today.
So you're going to railroad me again, okay?
I have no evidence that what you say is correct. So, in terms of not calling any witnesses, it would appear to be a factual argument.
Correct, sir.
I have evidence to give on the stand, sir.
It's a question of factual argument.
I have evidence to give up there to this court. That's my right.
Hey.
Oh, yes, it is today. It is my right to a fair hearing. 2.5 years. Well, this needs to go to the Supreme Court. Do not adjourn this case, sir. You will be perverting the course of justice, and I will prosecute you.
What's the matter for you? How long will this matter take, Mr. Prosecutor? I would imagine at least a day.
At least a day, Your Honour.
This court has constructive knowledge of perjury being committed. You'll be aiding and abetting that if you proceed. You'll be in breach of Justice Courtroom's rulings in the High Court, Nicholas versus the Queen, 1998, by proceeding in a matter that is an abusive process, where there are other serious matters raised which have been identified by a previous magistrate.
Yeah.
You cannot proceed in this matter by ruling of the High Court of Australia. If you're acting in criminal bias, the magistrate acting oppressively or when interested, I have a right to a fair hearing and I have a right to justice. If I do not get it, this proves that this is not a court of competent jurisdiction and you will be prosecuted, sir.
Now, normally, I'd be here roasting this guy into the ground, which, don't worry, he deserves. But I kind of don't blame him for pushing it at this point. He keeps calling their bluff and they're just letting it slide. He's literally yelling at the judge saying he'll prosecute him, and the judge just sits there. Like, I'm sorry, but either shut him down or arrest him. This is either court or community theater, I can't tell. I'm not saying the sovereign citizen is right. But if he's going to disrespect the entire process, at least hit him with contempt and keep it moving. Otherwise, why are we even here? Am I being harsh? Let me know, because I'm actually losing my mind watching this.
You know, usually this is where I would go in on the sovereign citizen and call him an idiot who needs to be locked up, which is true, but in this case, I don't blame the guy so far. He's been to court 15 times and he keeps calling their bluff, and somehow they still haven't done anything to prove they even have jurisdiction. Like, he's yelling at the judge, telling him he'll prosecute him, and the judge just sits there and doesn't say anything. Like, am I crazy for this? Because I genuinely think they should just rush on him and just arrest him or something. And like I said earlier, I don't know if it's something to do with Australia. I'm not too sure about the Australia law, but it just seems really soft to me. Like, at this point, is it even a courtroom or just a really dramatic improv class? Like, I'm definitely not saying the sovereign citizen is right, but if you're gonna keep dragging this out, at least throw in a plot twist or something. I mean, just arrest the guy for contempt already. He's literally refusing to even participate in the hearing. I mean, how is that not enough? I don't know though. Is that too harsh, guys? Let me know in the comments, because I know a lot of you guys are gonna dig at me for that one, but this is just driving me crazy.
For the Supreme Court and High Court Justices listening to this recording in the future, take note the Magistrate Dunn is not allowing me to have a fair hearing. is obstructing justice and is in breach of the law. So I have an hour allocated for this hearing. I want to get up on that stand and give some evidence.
No, you're not.
Okay, well, you're perverting the course of justice. I've had enough of it. You're acting oppressively and when interested in breach of the Crimes Act.
You're available on the 5th of February?
No, so you have constructive knowledge of crimes committed in this court. You are now aiding and abetting them.
Are you available on the 5th of February?
Peter Dunn, I arrest you for aiding and abetting.
Okay.
I arrest you for acting oppressively and when interested and perverting the course of justice. You must stand down. You are now in my custody and under arrest. You are not free to leave.
Would you just mind asking...
For the Supreme and High Court Justices listening to this recording in future, take note that the magistrate is under arrest for serious crimes committed against me, as have been outlined in numerous hearings and this one. I have no choice but to make this arrest under Section 458 of the Crimes Act, which is my lawful right to do so. This case cannot proceed. Right, who's the highest ranking police officer here?
That'd be me.
Right.
No.
So you're obliged...
No, I'm not.
Excuse me, you're obliged...
Excuse me for a moment. Just excuse me,
A
Mr.
lawful
Freeman.
arrest has been made.
Mr. Freeman, just
Your
excuse me for a
address, Your
moment.
Honour, please.
5th of February at this court or at Juliet? At this court or at Myrtleford? Well, I need to know now whether it's Myrtleford or... Is it 5th of February a Myrtleford day? Okay, 5th of February at Myrtleford.
Mr. Doss, I arrest you as well for malfeasance of public office and refusing to do your duty. Alright? And your other charges will be added to that. Okay? So for the court record, for the Supreme Court and High Court Justices listening to this recording, you are both under arrest. This matter has stopped. You are not free to leave. You are in my custody. If you leave, you will be escaping lawful custody and resisting arrest. That's the law under Section 458 of the Crimes Act, which I am entitled to enact.
All right, let's actually break down his legal defense, because this dude really thinks he unlocked secret court hacks. He's shouting about Sections 4, 5, and 8 of the Australian Crimes Act like he found cheat codes. Section 4 is just definitions. Section 5 says crimes are bad, groundbreaking. Section 8 is about helping someone commit one. Now he's arguing that the judge and officers are criminals because they didn't treat him fairly. My guy, you can't just yell violation like it's an Uno reverse card and flip the trial. These laws are for actual crimes, not because you didn't vibe with the judge's tone. The only thing he's about to arrest is his own chance of walking free.
I think that's your...
According to the circumstances.
That would be your interpretation of law.
Say what you want. Yeah. All right.
Well, no, but just because you say so, Mr. Freeman, doesn't mean it's right. 5th of February.
Please, then, Constable Sarah Williamson. It's now your role to arrest Mr. Dosser and Mr.
Time to go, Mr. Freeman.
Yeah.
The matter's booked in for a hearing.
This is done, Mr. Freeman. You're
Okay.
excused from...
I'll collect my papers. Thank you very much.
Good job.
Absolutely disgusting. Shameful. Now, the paper that you need, a document for the court, sir. I must leave here, according to law.
Well, if you leave it at the front counter, that'll be just...
Okay. Because you are under the Criminal Code Act, Section 83(4), because you are using force and intimidation to interfere with my Australian democratic and political right to have my case heard.
Off you go, Mr. Freeman. Off you go.
I arrest you, sir, and I
Time to
arrest
leave.
you.
If you like.
Time to leave.
Time to leave. Grab your papers and off you go.
So all of you police in the courtroom and magistrate are arrested according to law. This will be taken up in the Supreme Court. I'm now under duress. I fear for my safety, given that there are 4 armed criminals.
Your phone and all your bits and pieces.
4 armed criminals surrounding me in an intimidating manner. I'm under duress.
Off you go. Bye, Mr. Freeman.
Thank you for your time.
You'll be receiving your charge sheet summons order.
The funniest part of this whole hearing is that after this dude does his little walk of shame out of the courtroom, all of his little sovereign citizen buddies were clapping like he just won a championship or something. Like, bro, what did he win? A slightly slower trip to jail? And honestly, to be fair, he actually did what he set out to do. He didn't take a plea, didn't acknowledge the court, and just somehow dipped out of the court. I've never actually seen this work before, and now I'm sitting here wondering if Australia's got some kind of I don't feel like it legal loophole. Like, normally, if you ignore the judge, that's contempt of court, and that should land you a fine or even jail time depending on how wild you're acting. But here in Australia, the guy just floats out like he's got diplomatic immunity or something. Super weird stuff here. Let me know if any of you guys know how the Australian laws work, because I'm honestly still confused about that. Anyways, guys, let me know in the comments what you guys thought about this one. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Take care, everybody.
And the best part? After he storms out doing the walk of shame, his little sovereign citizen fan club starts clapping like he just won a championship. Bro, what did he win? A slightly longer path to jail. To be fair, though, he did stick to his script. He refused the plea, ignored the court, and somehow just walked out. I've never seen it actually work before. Does Australia have a legal setting called I don't feel like it? Because in most places, refusing to acknowledge the judge gets you fined or cuffed on sight. But this man just floats out like he's got diplomatic immunity. If anyone in Australia can explain how this is legal, please do, because I'm baffled. Anyways, let me know your thoughts in the comments. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.